Okay, so I already took my eyebrows off. I did my makeup this morning, but you know, I didn't have time to record it like I thought I was gonna have time because I was so sleepy last night because Dad took me to Aunt Ellen's house. So anyway, we're gonna start off with the concealer, which my concealer is like so old, but usually when you get your concealer, you want to get it at least 1 or 2 shades lighter than your actual foundation or your skin tone. Mine's is several shades lighter. Mine's is NC35, the Studio Finish Concealer from MAC. And my foundation that I use for my face coverage is NC45, which is like, you can see it's a big dramatic difference between skin tones. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this brush. This is my MAC brush that I usually use. Like I said, it's like almost the size of my pinky in width. But it's just a flat brush. You can use a angle brush if you want to, because an angle brush is preferred. That's what most people use because, you know, the way it's shaped, it lines just right with your eyebrow. It's probably will be easier for you. The number of this brush is a 212 SE. The SE is just special edition since it's, but you can get the 212, a longer brush. It'll still be the same brush, but the SE is because it's a special edition brush from MAC. It just has like a little glitter, you know, stick or whatever, and it's basically for you to carry around with you and do touch-ups for your makeup. Anyway, so you want to take your brush and your concealer, and you want to just, you can take as much as you want. I mean, practice makes perfect. Eventually you'll get it just how you want it, but I take a lot of it and then I just go back and forth in the pot with the brush. And then you're going to just start under here. Now, if your eyebrows, you know, if you go and get your eyebrows lined someplace else, which I don't, I usually just draw right on top of my hairs where, you know, I want my eyebrow outline to be, and then I just take a razor and cut the hairs. But I already cut my hairs. It's low enough for me to, you know, cover with the concealer. So I start under here. And I just draw underneath my eyebrow. I'm not trying to get my line perfect. It's easier for me in the mirror, I guess. Alright, and then after I drew my line, you can do your other line. Don't try and make it like too perfect. That's the thing, when you use the pencil brush, you make them very, very perfect. You don't want to make your eyebrows super perfect. You want it to look natural. Most girls, they want their eyebrows to be like exactly symmetrical, but you don't have to do that. It's not, it doesn't look so good when it's exactly symmetrical. Just go back in it. And then when I go up here, I kind of just, you know, you shape your eyebrows however you want. I've done mine different ways several times. So you're seeing how I'm actually doing it. And then like what I used to do, I used to take my concealer and I would go down my nose. And then I would just, because this, your eyebrows around your brow bone, that's your highlight. That's your highlight. And I usually use a concealer underneath my eyes too to cover up my dark circles. Alright, so after you do that, you're going to take the brush and you're going to pull from that line downward. Or you can use your finger, but I found when I use my finger, I don't perfectly do it. I might start getting stuff everywhere. So I take the brush and I just pull down from the line. The closer you can get to the line where you're pulling down, the better. The better it's going to blend. Because if you have a harsh line right there where your hairs are at, it's not going to look too good. And then you just do the top. This is actually very time consuming. It's sad that somebody has as much time to. Okay, so anyway, my last video cut off on me. Anyway, I blend it with my finger. afterwards, top and bottom like that. Then I took the brush, same brush, I dipped it inside of the dark color of my palette. This is a deep brown. You can use the darkest brown you can find. Then I tapped off the access product. And then I start from my arch. And I just draw a line like this, following where my brow is. And then I take the brush, I guess this is the trick of it, and I flick upward. And then I flick upward going all the way to the front. That way I lose product as I go to the front, so it looks a little natural, I guess. I usually do that twice. Tap it. Start back here. And I'll come up some just to define the tail of my brow a little bit. And then I'll flick upwards. Like that. And then after that, I'll go for the black. And I'll tap that off as well. Start at the tail of my brow. And when you do the black, you don't want to be so harsh. You don't want to press hard with the brush. And I flick upwards. And so like if your underneath here doesn't look defined to you, you can gently straighten that out if you want it to look a little bit more perfect, but not too much. And just flick upward. Don't take the brush and try and define the line at the top. It doesn't look good. Just flick upwards like that. And then there's your brow. Afterwards, you know, okay, so after that, what you do is you take your foundation and you give it color. And so I take my MAC, what is this, a 270, no, this is a 232. 232 brush. My number faded, but I can see what it is. And take your foundation, squirt, squirt. Well, one squirt for me because I put on too much. And you dip your brush, and then most people don't put foundation on their eyeball and stuff like that, but I do. And so you just start here, work your way up close to this line, and give it color. Give your concealer color. And that way it kind of blends with your skin. You can leave like some of this light because, you know, usually your brow bone is supposed to be a little bit lighter to give you a highlight. But that's pretty much how it goes. Take your powder, your setting powder, dip it, brush around the brow, and then you're done. That's it.